Why the hell so many people are trying to tell me to slow down? Seems like motherfuckers should be shutting the hell up and enjoying the show.
So I have Miss Gabrielle Davis, okay? Now, a lot of people are under the impression that you kind of started this, I guess, this breakup between Safaree and Erica Mena. All right. You are a former Love and Hip Hop Miami star. You did season 1. You dated Pleasure P for a while. We don't need to talk about that because he ain't got nothing to do with this, okay?
Yeah, he has nothing to do with that. So I definitely want to leave him out of
We
this
will leave
situation.
Pleasure P. I ain't got nothing to do with this, okay? All I know is Erica Mena is uploading videos to her story. Looks like she's kind of trashing Safaree's place. She's knocking over roses. Yesterday, she called you a basic bee, and that, I guess you thought the relationship between you and Safaree was like a relationship because he came in you, but she quickly deleted that once you uploaded a stream, okay, of text messages and even videos of Safaree addressing you.
Ain't too many different ways I could say this. I'm about to fly to JA to see Miss Davis. What the hell? No L, call who? Gabrielle Davis, not Union. Me and you though, that's a union. Bars up, bars down. When they see me, there ain't no stars down. Get it now, how you fed it now. I'm about to get up, boy, whip it like a sit down. Yo, Gabby. Miss you, baby. I'm coming to see you in like a week, so make sure, listen, just leave your phone wherever you at, because you have to come and spend time with Stunt Daddy. You see me? Shit.
Okay, and so I want to get this out the way first, all right? I want you to answer this. Were you the other woman? Were you a side chick, mistress, or anything while these two were engaged or together?
No.
Okay. All right.
I would have to honestly answer and say no. And if that were the case, I was not aware that they were in a relationship, because when Safaree and I were pretty much, I wouldn't even say rekindling, when we were being cool about things, this was back in June last summer when we reconnected. I bumped into him while he was in Jamaica, and he ended up staying in Jamaica for Bounty's birthday.
Okay.
An artist from Jamaica,
And this was in 2018.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was last June. And then he ended up being here around the time of my birthday, which is the 4th of June. So we hung out, we reconnected, and he was kind of like, you give us another shot, because we had a brief relationship in 2016 when I was living in LA. One of my friends from Jamaica connected me and was like, yo, this is a really cool guy to know, and he can show you around and you won't be by yourself. And that things kind of changed from there, and we always kept in touch.
Okay.
Like I never had any bad blood towards him, and he never had anything, I wouldn't think that he had anything bad to say about me. Things just didn't work out when we dated, and we just remained friends. We would talk about things. He would FaceTime me, just regular stuff. We never used to hang out. I saw him in summer, and then, he was like, I would love to spend my birthday with you, which was last July I'm referring to.
Okay.
So, when he left in June, we just kept in touch, and he just kept coming back out here to spend time with me. And the last time I saw him before we had an argument, which would have led up to maybe his relationship with Erica, I don't know if they were involved from before.
Yeah, because no one knows when they actually got together. It was just more so.
You see, because
there's an engagement.
Because he came to Jamaica in July. Again, we spent his birthday together, and I just had a question for him. I said, Safaree, you've been coming to Jamaica back and forth to spend time with me, and where is this going? Like, I can't just be doing all of this stuff with you, and we can't be spending all this time, and I started to become confused, and he basically said to me he can't be with me because we live in two different places.
The olive leaf extract can help detox your body in just 7 days. It's like magic, but better because it's real and it gives real results. And I know this because I personally use it. The olive leaf extract can help lower your blood pressure, clear eczema, and fight against autoimmune diseases and so much more. Now, I want you to do something good for your health and just visit their website at www.myoliveleaf.biz. The link is located below in the description box as well as in the comments. So basically, it's fair to say he just came down there to get some ass for his birthday.
I don't know what his motive was, but he kept coming down here, and we would, get like Airbnb, or we'd stay at like hotels because he doesn't have a place out here. And at the time, I just recently moved into my apartment in January of this year. So, anyways, long story short, after he left, we didn't really talk. And he came back in October.
Okay, now we're getting into some dates. Okay.
Right. So
all right.
After he tells me he can't date me because we don't live in the same place, and he's not able to, if I'm not moving to New York or he's not moving to Jamaica, it can't work. And I'm just like, so why are we doing this then? It doesn't even make sense. And the reason I wasn't able to even move is because I've been working out some legal paperwork.
Okay.
And he knows that. So
okay.
I figured that's why he would take the time out to come here. So at that point, that was okay, right?
Okay.
Anyways, we left on bad terms in July because we had an argument about, he just wouldn't answer me,
Okay.
I have never posted anything about him. I never posted any pictures while he was here because as people keep on saying, I'm clout chasing and I'm a homewrecker, and I'm just like, if that was the case, I would have had a lot of different opportunities to have done that.
Right. Now, how did, before you get into more, because I want you to clear that up, because like you're definitely saying you're not a clout chaser. You're just basically defending yourself because Safaree denied having any sort of type of relationship with you, but your text messages and videos proved otherwise. Okay, all the way
I had to defend myself because at the end of the day, it's kind of like, I feel like men do this to women all the time.
They do.
Like, you're just supposed to sit back. They come link you or tell you all these lies. I don't know what the back and forth is for. Like, why can't you just be straight,
Right.
I have no reason to clout chase. As I said, I could have done that way before. I've always remained a very private person when it comes to my relationships. You know what I mean? Safaree came back to Jamaica in October after he said to me that we couldn't be together and whatever. And I said, fine. Let's just be friends. It's just not the best time to have a relationship. So he came to Jamaica in October. He told me he was coming, and Safaree always made jokes about us getting married and how he loves me so much and he wants us to build a life together. And I just never believed him because he was always a very inconsistent person in my life. Like, he would do stuff, he would say things like that to me and spend time, and then he would just basically vanish, and then he would reappear 2 months later, and I'm just like, I started to become frustrated because I'm saying, how do you keep doing that? You can't just start something and then vanish and then come back when you feel like, what I mean?
Usually that's a sign that they have other women when they do that.
Yeah, I was just very jaded about that whole thing, and I didn't trust him or anything that he would say to me. I moved on from the situation I'm about to tell you about. So in October, Safaree came to Jamaica. I introduced him to a couple of my friends. And one of my close friends told me that he had shown them a ring that he had. Right?
Okay.
So apparently he was planning to propose. He showed me, he eventually showed it to me and was like, this is what you could have had, blah, 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 because we had this big blowout. After he tells me he can't be with me, he then tells me he was going to propose to me And I said to myself, how can you want to propose to somebody that you're not even dating? We've never lived together. We don't live in the same place. You know what I mean? Like, to me, that just didn't make any sense. We weren't even in a relationship. We were just rebuilding a foundation.
Okay.
Were
you guys sexual?
Back in summer, yes.
Okay, so the last time he came before and then told you he couldn't be in a relationship with you because you guys were in two different states. So that was so around his birthday when he came to see you was the last time you guys were sexual, intimate.
So
okay,
when Safaree had the ring on him in Jamaica, I mean, I agree, I did hurt him. You know, I'm not here to play victim. It was very confusing to me when a man says he can't be with you because of distance. I said, okay. And in the next breath, he has a ring ready to propose to me. And that just didn't make any sense. It just didn't seem genuine. And maybe it was genuine for him, but I'm not the type of person that just moves on to jumping into things like that with people.
That's good.
You know, if you're really trying to start a relationship with someone, I just believe that there are certain steps that you must take. And I said to Safaree, I need a friend more than anything, which he agreed on. And we went back and forth texting for about a month throughout November. I think the last time we spoke was November 2nd, right?
Okay.
And then after he says to me, you know, I want you to be happy with yourself. I want us to rebuild and, you know, I'll be there for you as a friend before anything. Out of nowhere, he was engaged to somebody like 30 days later.
Erica Mena.
Yeah, he was engaged to Erica.
And I wonder if he gave her the same ring. Did you ever look at the ring that she got?
Yeah, it was the same ring.
Stop. Wait a minute.
So basically, no, I'm telling you. And he showed this ring to my homegirl. I don't want to call her name because I don't really want to.
No, you ain't got to.
So he showed it to my homegirl and also one of my friends out here in Jamaica, and I saw it too. When I went to when he first came out here, we were still on good terms. Came in October, and he's like, "I have something for you," and I kind of avoided him asking me the question because he showed it to me, so I already knew. You know what I mean?
I know. I'm just stuck on the fact that was the same, because he did this whole elaborate proposal for Erica and had 112 singing in the back.
Oh, hey, girl, you know I love the way you love me and kiss me and hold me in your arms. Lets me know you're crazy for me.
You want to know what it is for me? You react forever. Yes!
Show the ring.
Like all around. Like,
Yeah.
how many carats?
38.
Yeah, listen,
A
man.
good 14.
14 carats, man. That's different.
You still
First
there?
of all, he texted me when he left. He texted me what his proposal plan was, which was to release white doves and violin players.
We saw that.
And
You put that
whatever.
online. Yeah.
Right. So I'm not saying that it wasn't sincere, but I'm just like, this, it just didn't make sense to me. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, before he came to Jamaica in October, I had no clue. My friend hinted something to me, but I was like, that could never, you're lying. That could never be the situation. And there was just a lot that happened. And I agree, I didn't deal with the situation. I didn't deal with the situation as best as I could. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I think you handled it well. Like, if you ask me, you know, you weren't desperate for
and
love.
guess what? I didn't say anything I didn't say anything to anyone. The only persons who knew this were the people around me and him, of course. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So throughout November, we texted, and then out of nowhere, I was blocked, and he was engaged with the same ring and the same, I don't know if it was the same exact proposal, but based on the text messages and what I saw online, it looked pretty similar.
I'm gonna need one of the winos to do the comparison. Okay, I got the screenshot up of what Safaree texted her, and see if this is what he did with Erica Mena, because I know that thing was elaborate with 112, and you know he had the candles lit, and damn, like in the ring.
You
My
know,
God,
and then the
Safaree.
thing is, he blatantly texted me telling what his plans were. In terms of me referring to the message you just spoke about. So I felt really bad at the same time. And to me, I think because I just wasn't in the right space, I just didn't feel like it was genuine. And the fact that you could say all of those things to me and tell me that you're in love with me and say that I'm the only one that you want to be with and all kinds of stuff, and then you move on in 30 days, that's kind of just like, no, you were either involved with her before and I didn't know, and that was kind of like your second plan, or maybe that was, I don't know. I can't really answer those questions. You know
It
what I'm
sounds like
saying?
Safaree needed to do some deep soul searching, just like when you were
but
saying,
you know
like,
what? He could have felt some type of love, or he could have really loved me at some point. I just think everything was really bad timing. And I just let it go. Like, when I saw that, I felt I felt that way because I was like, yo, I'm the only person who's dealing with this internally. The fact that now this man sold me all of this whole entire vision. Yeah, he was texting me right up until November, and then all of a sudden he blocked me because he was like, yeah, we're going to work through it, don't worry, and I want to be your friend and make sure that you're happy, and he seemed really genuine. And then when I saw that, I was like, wow. And I never reached out. I didn't DM. I didn't try to text. I never made any shady posts. Nobody even knew that we were involved at any point in time. Right?
Okay.
But as I said before, he's always been a very inconsistent person in my life, and that's something that just doesn't sit well with me. So I decided to move on. I didn't reach out. I didn't post anything. Nobody ever knew that we were talking. So for people to say I was clout chasing even when we were trying to mend things, I never posted any form of image of us.
Visit EmbracePangea.com to treat your intimate areas with the products it deserves. The Pangea wash is made from honeysuckle and rose essential oils, is 100% natural, and doesn't dry you out down there. Don't douche, just in case your mama ain't never tell you that, because that's nasty, okay?
Oh, that's nasty.
Embrace Pangea wash instead and leave you and your yoni feeling clean, fresh, and with a balanced pH. EmbracePangea.com is where you can explore all of these wonderful vegan and plant-based products. Use the promotional code Tashak for 10% off your first order at checkout. So how did it get out? Because all we saw, like I said, all I saw was, and I text Kyle, I said, Kyle, this girl, you know, I need the screenshots because obviously we missed something. How did it come to Safaree having to deny it? Erica Mena's calling you basic and saying that you just want...
You can call me basic.
Yeah, like you just want to get back in the country because you don't have a green card and you need a green card. Like, and then...
But that would be her only pull, and at the end of the day, I don't know her. I don't have anything bad to say about her. If she wants to be that way, then that's fine.
Yeah, and we all know that's just how Erica is. She don't ask no questions. She
obviously doesn't know. She probably thinks that I knew the whole time, and he was probably just playing a game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because there would have been no evidence of us anywhere online. There would have been no evidence of us even knowing each other, if you get what I'm saying.
So how did everything get out? Like, how did it get to you posting the text messages in the video? Who started this?
So when I was at the gym, which Safaree would go to, my friend owns the gym. So when he would come here, he's like, oh, I need a gym to work out at. Where can I go? So I said, just come to the gym I work out at.
Okay.
Anyways, so he saw me in May at the gym, And he was there with his friend, and he basically stood beside the stair climber that I was on, and he was like, oh my God, I can't believe I saw you. I've been asking everyone for your number and where you're at. And I'm just like, okay, I know that you still have my number. Because right after that, I didn't even entertain the conversation. I said, yo, I don't even want to chat to you right now. Like,
Okay,
bye.
and this was in May. You said 1 month from today, which is May 28th.
Like May 28th, May 29th.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So when he saw me in May, he started texting me, and I was so confused, you know. I don't have any animosity towards the situation, and it's not something that I'm bitter about or anything that really bothers me, to be honest, because that was in the past as far as I'm concerned. That's something that I moved on from.
Okay.
But what really got to me is that he seems to just get away with playing games with everybody. You know what I mean?
Let me read these. Can I read these text messages before you really get into it? Because these just happened 1 month ago. Now, supposedly there was two things. Either Safaree or Erica, word around town is they got married, secretly married in January. They don't strike me as the two to get secretly married because they're both attention, whores or whatever. But then Joe Budden on his show basically stated, I think it was on his show or a text, and said that Safaree was texting his ex, Nicki Minaj, and therefore...
He's apparently texting all of his exes because he's confused, and I believe that he's still in love with her.
Yeah,
I don't think he's ever gonna get over that.
Well, I mean,
right?
he referred to her, like in one of the text messages that you dropped, he said that he hadn't been hurt since her and things like that.
Yeah,
and
he would always bring her up, and that's fine. I'm a huge Nicki fan, but I'm just like, why are you still dwelling on that? She's moved on, and you apparently haven't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And what happened was...
Can I read the text messages real quick, though, before you tell us what happened? Because this was when you saw him after you saw him in the gym, Tuesday, May 28th.
Yeah, so he started, like, texting me all this stuff,
and he said, just looking through all the pics you used to send me, I still have so much feelings for you, so much love still, okay? And then you text back and said, aren't you in love with someone else? And then he texts back, did you just call me? And she said, and you said, yes, call me back. And then he said, I just did. And then he comes back and says, seeing you today showed me how much of a hold you have on me. I still love you so much. Why are you doing that? And you text back and said, why are you doing this now? And then he goes, I'm sorry if I'm messing with your brain, but I'm just expressing myself. You know how mushy you make me, and I forgot how tough you are and how much you hate it. So he's telling you as of May last month, okay, when it was rumored that they broke up, and then Erica and Safaree both said that they're still together. And if she texts, she actually tweeted, if my man was tweeting another woman, because everybody thought he was tweeting Nicki Minaj, I guess she would do something to him. She would hurt him. So
yeah,
it turns out he was texting. It just wasn't Nicki Minaj. It was you. It was you. And so... So tell me what happened. Tell us what happened.
All right. Let me tell you, Safaree does this every couple months, and that's why I never took him serious. I never ever decided. I was like, I don't even want to be with you. I can't entertain somebody like this. Like, this is foolishness. How does this make sense? You pop in and out. And I said to him at one point, because when I called him, I just decided, let me just talk. Let me just hear what you have to say. The calls weren't going through or whatever.
Okay.
So I'm saying, why would you wait all this time to say this? And it just boils down to the fact that you are saying this because you saw me. If you didn't see me at the gym, you would have never sent me a text. I haven't heard from Safaree since he blocked me and got engaged in November or whenever it even happened. I don't really keep up with his life because I don't even know. I don't know what's real or fake, and I'm not even sure if he knows what's real or fake anymore.
Okay.
But so what happened was, as any woman, I don't know, I'm sure that you have shared messages with your friends before.
Right.
Right. So I shared some screenshots, before everything happened, it was kind of like Safaree was acting like nothing happened. Like, you flood my phone with all these text messages saying you're not getting married, you made the wrong decision, if I'll give you another chance. And I said no.
And he was bold with that. He said,
That,
I'm not getting married, in all caps.
yeah, because he kept on asking me to come and see him. And I did consider it at one point, and I was like, you know what? I have enough respect for myself and enough respect for your relationship to not even put myself in a situation like that. You know? So I left it alone. I said, you flood my text messages saying you made the wrong decision, if I can give you another chance. And I'm just like, I said no, and just because I say no doesn't mean that we can't be cool.
So this was in May. This was in May when he said, can you give me another chance, while actively being engaged to Erica Mena. Right. And now she's online trying to break his shit.
And I'm saying to him now, just because it didn't work out, which I don't think it ever was going to work out, because I'm just more of a serious person than he is.
Okay.
I don't know. Anyways, so I said, you know, just because of whatever happened doesn't mean we can't be cool. That phase of my life is over, and I don't even think it really begun, to be honest.
So did your girlfriend share did your girlfriend put this out?
No. So basically, I don't know, you know, I don't even know how that got out. I sent it to a friend, right? Okay. I won't say if it's,
you don't have to say her name, yeah.
So I sent these text messages to a friend, and I was like, yo, can you believe this shit? Like, blah, 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 blah. And then when I went online, I woke up from taking a nap, I went online, and I saw the text messages on that blog you mentioned earlier.
Okay, the neighborhood talk, yes.
And then people started asking me, like tagging me and stuff. And then it was deleted. It was probably up there for maybe about, I don't even know, half an hour. Mm-hmm. And then after that whole thing, that same blog posted a photo of Erica and Safaree. So they posted a picture of Erica and Safaree, and people started DMing me and calling me like a messy home wrecking hoe, and how I'm a clout chaser and all this shit. And I'm saying, they were accusing me of sending it in, and I'm just like, why would I do that now? I've had text messages in my phone for the longest while. I've had pictures in my phone for the longest while that I never cared for anybody to see that. That was my personal business. You know what I mean? Okay. So I guess I got into a state of being really angry and annoyed that I was being bashed.
And you started blasting.
You know, I'm being bashed and I'm being dragged all over the internet for somebody who I don't even talk to. And the reason that the number was exposed is because I never had that number. I deleted his number, and apparently he had a new one. I don't even know what his situation is.
Okay.
So I just let it. I never saved it because I never had any plans of reconnecting. We had a conversation between the 28th and the 29th, and that was it. And after the conversation, after the fact that I never went and saw him at his hotel, he went back to blocking me and just goes back to New York or wherever. He goes back to New York.
Safaree came out there. Safaree came out there to get some ass. Okay, that's what he came out there for. Let's just.
It didn't happen, and he tries to manipulate people, and I'm just like, I'm not the person to try and do that with. You know, no matter what anybody wants to say, like, you don't try and do that shit with me. And I said, look, I'm not linking up with you. I was willing to have a conversation with him because he kept on saying that we owe it to each other. And I'm like, we don't owe anything to each other. You moved on, and I appreciated that. And that's it. We never had any talks ever. So that whole situation was so random, and I felt like it was so disrespectful to me. And then I was being, like, basically blamed online and dragged online for something that I wasn't even doing. I wasn't sleeping with this man. I was not entertaining it. You know?
I don't know why they always like to blame the female. Like, you shouldn't dress that way. You shouldn't talk that way. And it's the man. Like, why?
You know, I guess people will have their perception of things, but they don't really know the insights of everything that happened between me and him. and it was never really a serious relationship. I don't even know what you would call it. But
I
he
don't think
tried to
him
make it that way.
and personally, I know you don't know anything about the relationship, but the way the engagement happened so fast and so quick between him and Erica, I don't think it was serious either. I think it was just Safaree
Right.
was
And I'm saying,
online tweeting talking about he want a wife. Okay, you didn't fall for it. I'm sure there's some others out there that didn't fall for it when he went and bought that ring. And then Erica just happened to fall for it.
I just don't think he's a genuine person because he's very good at manipulation. He's very good at making you believe that everything is about you when it's really not. Maybe he copies and pastes his messages. I don't even know.
Let me
at
ask you a
this
question.
point.
Do you think this is a setup for the next season of Love and Hip Hop between these two? Because it seems like really coincidental, and now she's online, like breaking
I don't
stuff
know
in his
because
house.
she was all unbothered. She was all unbothered yesterday.
Oh, she bothered today. She actually took
bothered
Samuels
today.
off of her Twitter handle.
She was calling me a hoe or saying how I got deported, and I said, look, just because I had an immigration situation doesn't mean that it can't be resolved. I've been minding my business. I'm not in anybody's way. I'm not in anybody's relationship. I have never tried to reach out to her to let her even know about me. I don't care. I don't want him because at the end of the day, guess what? If I wanted to accept that proposal or whatever it was that he was planning, I would have gone for it. So there would have been nothing none of this would have even happened.
Let me
I felt as if
let me say this.
genuine. Huh?
I'm gonna cut you off just for a second. Let me say this. Since she wanted to take jabs at you being deported because of lack of green card, you taking the proposal to her man who is a citizen could have actually rectified that situation. Then it wouldn't even be a Erica Mena situation. She wouldn't even be in that position to be calling somebody that she don't know a basic B.
But the situation is, at the end of the day, that's a very valid point.
Yeah.
If I was trying to do that, why would I have not gone along with that whole stupid storyline?
And married Safaree for papers just to get in and film.
Because I was never going to do it to be in a better position, even though that could have worked. I would never marry somebody that I don't truly love or I don't feel like it's real. I would never use somebody like that. I'm not a user.
Carmarshal is your personal automotive negotiator right at your fingertips. The website is super easy to navigate. Just type in your zip code and select what it is you're looking for. Then voila, all of the joys of shopping without the hassle of haggling. Click on their link below to start your pain-free car buying experience today. Well, let me ask you a question because I don't want to keep you on too long because you're calling in internationally, okay? So it's costing money. Do you want to say anything to Safaree since he basically called you a liar and you have all the receipts to prove that?
To be honest, I have nothing to say because he knows the truth and I know the truth. And the only thing that I can say is I would just apologize about the way I went about things. Maybe I shouldn't have been so hasty in releasing those messages, but when you go online and you're being called all sorts of things, which people say, oh, just ignore it, but my DMs are filled with hate. And I said, you know what? You guys want to say I did this or I did that. And I said, fine. I have no problem posting the actual messages that I have in my phone so that I can clear it up that I was never trying to be a homewrecker. I was never trying to do that. Mm-hmm. So this is what the facts are. And if you want to say it's a fake text message, that's fine. And that's why I posted the video, because I feel like everyone is always trying to blame the woman. Like, she's coming for me and she's not checking him. When at the end of the day, I'm not the root of the problem. I was never running behind this man.
And I want to say this, look, because I'm gonna end it right now because you've given us a lot. Okay, you've given us a lot.
I have no interest in getting back with him. If that's the next question, I don't even think about it. I would never want to be with a man like that. He goes around with apparently everyone, and I'm not trying to sound messed up, but
I mean, I wish I could feel bad for Erica, but after she attacked you and called you basic and a cum dumpster and all this stuff, like, I mean, who's basic now? Who's the basic one now? You don't accepted a recycled ring.
No, but it's okay because guess what? Most people, they want me to sit there and just take all the hate and just be like, oh, and I forgot to tell you. So after that whole situation with the blog, and I just said, you know what, I'll just clear it up and repost it my damn self on my page because I don't have a problem doing it.
Okay.
I'm just not that type of person, but let me just clear the air. I got a phone call from somebody, not really sure who, if it was Safaree or one of his friends or whoever, but the phone call was like, it was from an unknown number, and it was like, don't F with me, Gabby Davis. And then the person hung up. So I'm just like, yo, after that phone call, I said, all right, then, let me show you something. Whoever
That would fire me up, too.
But as far as I'm concerned, I don't want anything to do with him, and I don't believe I owe him an apology because he plays too many games, and he's not honest with himself, and he's not honest with people around him. And as I said before, things happened in a bad way last year. I did apologize on my part, but there's no reason for you to now come back into my life and try and make it seem like I'm some kind of crazy person. You know what I mean? Like, that's not fair.
Okay. Well, thank you, Gabrielle Davis. And is there anything? Oh, I hear the baby in the background. Is there anything that you want?
No. That was actually that was just my friend a while ago.
Okay. Is there anything that you want to share with the viewers? Do you have anything going on right now that you want to share that people should kind of look out for? I know that's not why you did the interview.
I know. Well, I'm just at the moment. I think I'm planning to move back to Miami.
Okay.
But right now, I have Trinidad band launch coming up.
Okay.
So I'll be going to Trinidad, and I'm planning to spend some time in Toronto.
Okay.
So those are my.
So your modeling career is going great.
I mean, it's picking back up slowly but surely. You know, the industry out here is really slow. I just wish I could do more things island-wise.
Okay.
Just to build myself as Caribbean queen.
Do you plan on if Mona gave you a call and asked you to be a part of, I guess this storyline, would you accept? With Erica and Safaree, would you accept? And she probably won't take it now because you done did the interview, but you know.
She won't take it. What?
I said Mona probably won't be interested in a storyline now with you.
Well, I mean, either way, the storyline is over.
Yeah, it's out there. So, but if she called you to do a scene, maybe in the future, or any other, I guess, if she wanted to cast you on Love and Hip Hop, would you still accept?
Yeah, I don't see why not. Just as long as there's not, too much. I don't know if I would want to be involved in a situation with Safaree and Erica. To be honest, I would be up for having a conversation.
Okay.
And just, But but right now I'm focusing on a few things. I've actually started teaching myself how to DJ.
Oh wow.
So yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah,
Interesting. Can you tell the viewers where they can follow you if they have any more questions on Instagram or, Facebook?
They could find me at @IamGabrielle_Davis. That's my Instagram handle. I don't really use Twitter.
Okay.
But my Twitter handle is IamGabrielle_D.
Okay.
And I don't use I use Facebook.
Okay. Well, I want to thank you so much. I think we got clarity on everything. And I'll be happy to kind of see you soaring as a model here in the United States when you get your paperwork worked out, okay?
Right.
And thank you for not being that other woman. Thank you, Gabrielle. On behalf of the women, the married, in the relationships, thank you for not putting yourself in that place.
No,
yes.
I could never do that being in the know.
Okay.
I could never disrespect her or myself in that way, know? So.
Okay. All right. Well,
but it was also great talking to you. I appreciate the call.
Thank you.
And trying to help me clear everything up.
Anytime. And like I said, if there's anything else you want to put out, just, shoot it over to me, and I'll be glad to relay that to the public for you.
Okay, great.
All right, thank you. And I'm going to do my little signature outing. Now I got to go. Bye.